I should own it. I am fine. I am fine. One day at a time, DK. One day at a time.
Sweet Jesus. But I wanted to take us through the incremental moments leading up to your cancelling your concert, which was originally carded for the 4th of December. It was a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, of course, we planned the concert months in advance. I set my date, of course, putting all my things in place, booked my venue, started my rehearsals. We were deep in rehearsals. My drummer came from Tobago, and everything was going gung ho, sending out all my stuff on socials. Everybody done buy the clothes, DK, and everything. And on the week of the concert, our last rehearsal would have been the Monday, with a plan to rehearse the Thursday, which would have been 2 days before the concert. And on Wednesday night, I went to bed. I was fine. Now, coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was tired, but I'm normally tired coming up to the week of a concert because, of course, it's my event. So I'm up and down, moving all around, doing all that needs to be done. But on Wednesday, I just found that I was just feeling unusually tired. And for me, it's always a tiredness that is coupled with a bit of excitement and, energy. But this one was slightly different. It was just like this bone tired feeling, like I'm feeling like I'm dragging my feet. And so I went to bed on Wednesday and I woke up to use the washroom maybe around 3 in the morning. And when I got up, I found that I just had a bit of a scratchy throat, not a sore throat, but my throat was just scratching. Like I felt like I needed to clear my throat. And I'm saying, well, this isn't normal. And I just got this feeling. So, I kind of internalized it a little. I lay down on the bed and then I sent a message to Ming, because we rehearsed at Ming's house. And I just said, Ming, can you all rehearse without me today? I'm tired. And he said, sure, we could rehearse without you. No, that message to Ming came before I went to bed, the night. Because I was just feeling tired. And he said, sure, we'd rehearse without you. But when I got back in the bed, something said to me, Vaughnette, something isn't right about this. And I went online at 3 in the morning and looked for spaces in my area where I could get a PCR test done. And I made an appointment to get a PCR test done. That was at 3 in the morning. By 6 in the morning, I was up. I said to my husband, I said, I'm going to get a PCR. He said, for what? I said, well, I just got a bit of a scratchy throat. And I think I should. He said, that could very well be anxiety. I said, I know, but if I spend $1,000 and it's not COVID, it would be, the peace of mind that I would get would be worth the $1,000. And I went and I did the PCR test, and lo and behold, it came back positive. But that was the only thing. I was just tired with a slight scratchy throat. And then, of course, when I got the result, it meant that I had to send out all my information, call all my people to make sure that they didn't show up well-dressed by Naprima Bowl on this Saturday, because, of course, I had to postpone.
And some people might have fined the whole Alexanderly, but you were very open, and this is even past the notice of cancellation, but letting individuals know what is going on with you, how you're feeling, what it is you're doing to cope, the fact that people might be sending you a calendar at the end of Christmas because you're getting stuff from them remotely. But why be so open at such a time?
Because, why not? My personality is such, Dike. I tell people, I share myself with people very openly. Maybe too much. I'm sure some people think it's too much, but it's fine. But I feel that as an artist, people really want to know who I am. They want to know my heart. Apart from coming to my events and checking out the music, they want to know. I put myself in the position of any fan or any follower. I'd like to, the people that I want to hear sing, or the people that I follow, I'd like to know a bit about them. So I try to share a lot of myself with persons. So I tell them, what you see is what you get with me. When I'm having a good day, when I'm having a bad day, And I just think that, as I said to someone, I ain't hear nobody go down by a shop or go down by Massy and ask for 10 pounds of COVID. Nobody ain't buying COVID by the pound. So it's a global pandemic. It's a virus that's affecting millions of people. So I didn't see any reason to be secretive about it. or to hide it, apart from the fact that I had to postpone the concert, but minus the concert, I would have been open about my COVID diagnosis, because I just feel that there's so much of an advantage for persons who are wondering about it, wondering what someone who is COVID positive, what kind of experience they're having, and how they could adjust accordingly if they become positive, or how they could try to stay away or do things to stay from becoming positive. So I just felt like it was necessary to document the experience and to share the experience, because there's no secret in this. This is something that we're all dealing with. No secret.
And in terms of documenting that experience, you said that COVID is one thing, the isolation is another. Describe that isolation to us.
Yeah, and more so because I tell people I'm an ambivert. I like to be by myself at times, but most times I'd consider myself a very social person. So having to isolate from, and I mean, my husband and son, they were in the house, so I could hear them. But my son, he's not going to be very happy if he hears that I tell you that he still sleeps in my bed. To go a little quiet, but just the switch from that and having to be in a space by myself, and then of course not being able to leave the house, not being able to see my grandfather, not being able to see my family. A lot of things happen when you're in that space, and if you're not comfortable in self, oh my gosh, because your body is already going through. I tell people I felt like my body went through a war, and that's not an exaggeration. I felt like it was a war, and the virus was actually fighting against my body. It was a fight. And not having people around, it was really, really tough. So I could only imagine the persons who are positive and have to go into the hospital system and can't have contact with their families. And I could only imagine, but because it was a really, really tough time having to stay isolated in this space for 21 days. I mean, I have my music and I have my this and on social media and whatnot, but it still wasn't an easy experience.
But what was it like to hug your son for Christmas?
Well, we have a very unique relationship. We love each other, but I don't think he sometimes he prefers that I'm away from him. Like the first day when I was out of isolation, he has this exercise ball that he's swimming, that he's jumping on all the time. And I always tell him, I say, you're gonna damage yourself on that exercise ball. So after when I came out and he gave me a hug and whatnot, maybe 1 hour after, he's jumping on this exercise ball, and I said, Isaiah, stop jumping on the ball. And he says, overprotective back in isolation. It's like he just wanted, he's like, go back, I had 21 days of swinging on this ball. You now come out, you're ready to tell me stop jumping on the ball, but I really did miss him. But I could hear him singing sometimes. So it wasn't as bad as other persons who, as I say, have absolutely no contact with their families,
And with that statement from him, overprotective, back in isolation, we'll actually go to a recording of you and Terrence show a little bit of Do for Love. So this is how we break this side of the conversation. We come back with more. Stay with us.
I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. They say I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Some people go around the world for love, but they never find what they dream of. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I will not do.
I am Oswin Subero, Senior Superintendent in charge of the Interagency Task Force. I am vaccinated. Vaccination gives us a layer of protection. COVID-19 vaccine helps build community immunity. Don't be late. Vaccinate.
The best birthday gifts are at thebesttoys.com. Shop for the best brands you love at the best prices. Like VTech, Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Cocomelon, LOL, Baby Alive, Crayola, Lego, Nerf, and remote control vehicles, kids learning desks, and educational toys. Ride-ons, bikes, drones, science toys, and board games and puzzles. And a wide range of baby items. We also have the best devices for school, like laptops, the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, the Amazon Fire 8, 10, and Kids Edition tabs, as well as cases and accessories. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 32DBEST to order. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Line and Length, the #1 cricket program in the West Indies, is on TTT. Line and Length brings you up-to-date interviews, analysis, and highlights on the game in the region and internationally. Plus, there's an added bonus to receive a gift of gear each month with our grassroots program. Go to lineandlength.net to learn more. Line and Length in association with Massey United Insurance on TTT.
It's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, and I still can knock some more. Ooh boy, is it feasible for I to knock some more?
And we are not waiting in vain. We are speaking with a Caribbean crooner, Vaughnette Bigford. And I want to know, Vaughnette, looking at that little clip there in terms of the importance of listening or practicing, being comfortable with being in tune with your surroundings. Because looking at the fact that yes, in front, but you're able to have people come possibly during an interlude or a solo and saying, okay, well, yes, we're able to share that stage, that spotlight, that energy together. What is that like for you?
Music is like that, you know. I mean, music is a very collaborative, interactive thing. Jazz more so. That is one of the things with jazz. It allows for collaboration and communication amongst musicians. And I think, I mean, I've been playing with the same musicians maybe about 15 years now. I hardly ever change musicians. So we understand each other. We understand the role that each person plays, and we allow it allows for a really, really beautiful synergy and a comfort that is something that that is so important for the person who's in front or who's the leader to have. You know, a comfort in knowing that these guys are, for me, the best at what they do. And they understand the brand and what the overall picture is supposed to be. And they fit so well. I say all the time that there would be no me without them. I have a generally average voice, but we have a good product, you know.
And speaking of that product, you said a friend said to you a few days ago, these are the times when we need art and music the most, so you're going to do it again. So what's happening on the 23rd?
Because something is wrong with me. According to my grandfather, you know, the older folks will say, but like they put you so. I don't know. I don't know, but I just decided now. So the postponed concert. I could have waited, but I just thought, you know what? Let me just try to do this. I'm not 100%. You can hear a slight cough. There's a slight cough that I still have, but I'm well enough to sing. And I say, you know what? Let's just do this because, just as he said, these are the times when art and music is needed. People need a little reprieve. On average, 20 deaths per day. It's been a very heavy, heavy time. Very challenging time. And we always talk, we haven't really talked about how we will be affected by this post-pandemic, how the mental will be affected, because a lot of people are going through a really tough time mentally. People who have lost loved ones, people who have lost friends. It's a tough time. And I think the reprieve is welcome. And we are just gonna try it again. I'm on a ban for this week though. I can't leave the house this week because like the afraid I get it again. So, but I just decided that we're gonna try for it again. And I'm sure as soon as this one is done on Sunday, I'm going to think about doing another one because that's just how I'm wired, you know.
And we have about 4 minutes, but I want to ask about one, concert protocols, and two, whether or not the pandemic has increased the inspiration or the inverse to have a school for the arts in the area that you've been talking about and putting in some work towards?
That school for the arts, it is going to happen. That isn't going to change. The pandemic has really slowed it because, of course, I can't have people's children congregating at all. But as soon as we can, we will. That is not going to change because it's been like that for some years, and I expect it will be like that for years to come. Concert protocols as per normal. It is a safe zone event. It's not meant to exclude anyone. But as I say to people, it's how we artists could do something in this current configuration. So it's a safe zone event, which means that you have to show proof of vaccination. You have to come with your vaccination card. All protocols, you get your temperature tested, all protocols, and you're going to be ushered into your seats where it's 50% capacity by the staff at the Nabrima Bowl. I have so much confidence in the staff and management and staff of Nabrima Bowl based on that last event that I had in April. They are really, really serious about managing and ensuring that we could have events somewhat safe in this current space. So you walk with your vaccination card, you come, we seat you accordingly, you listen to your concert, it should be about 2 hours of music, and we hope you get home safely. But it's just a short reprieve we think we're giving to folks to just be able to exhale and to listen to something other than what's in your house or other than your own head.
Ms. V, let me tell you a piece of bacchanal. I'm frightened to see the way your concerts and your products manifest themselves. I feel some people going to have some kind of vaccination card holders that rival in the outfits that they're wearing.
Well, they're very extra, Dike, no matter how much I tell them. I say, it's an outdoor event, you all can wear jeans. Jeans, not one person. They just overdo and make it worse. They say they're not leaving the clothes to expire and dry rot. So let's see what happens on Sunday.
All right, but in terms of moving forward and moving the product and looking at how we can go forward during or after the way that things are opening, who are some of the people that you've been working with? You spoke about the professionalism that happened in April. Who are some of the people that you're looking forward to getting with, working with? Who are some of the people that you're working with currently and they're helping the process along? And I even looking at your sleeves and thinking about the recent collaboration you had with some ladies. So what does that list read like for you?
Boy, let me tell you something. I'm just about trying my best to elevate. For me, everything that's beautiful and local. I tell people that I don't support local simply because I'm supporting local. I support local because along with the fact that it's made locally, we have wonderful products and services and stuff that are being offered here. So why go elsewhere when it could be done? This was made by someone, designed and made by someone for me right here. So I try to especially with female creatives, to try to kind of connect with them a lot, to kind of just support the movement too, because these are folks that support me and these are folks that need support. I will continue to work with my usual crew. I'm also thinking, hopefully, of making a visit to North America, maybe Europe if Omicron allows me. But I just thought that this year I'd want to incorporate a bit of travel in to kind of just change the monotony a bit, because it's been kind of, for the past 2 years here. So I'm just kind of looking forward to one day at a time in Dike, because the way the thing going, you ain't know what's going to happen next month. So it's one day, one step at a time right now, to be honest.
Definitely. So we're looking forward to it, and we are grateful that you're able to share this with us. So I feeling nice, having a Dear Diary moment. Dear Diary, you know who we spoke with today? But thank you very much, Ms. V. Vaughnette Bigford, musician, looking forward to the concert on the 23rd. And on behalf of the entire TTT News team, this has been In Depth with Dike Rostant. Thank you for joining us.
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Monday, 17 January 2022. At 10:30 a.m., play away the number 27 Little Snake Mega Ball called with the golden ball. Pick two numbers 28 and 35 in that order. Pick four numbers 2, 5, 1, and 0 in that order. At 1 p.m., play away the number 12 King with the golden ball. Pick two numbers 31 and 26 in that order. Pick four numbers 5, 6, 6, and 6 in that order. At 4 p.m., play away the number 9 Cattle Mega Ball called. Pick two numbers 13 and 19 in that order. Pick four numbers 8, 6, 0, and 1 in that order. At 7 p.m., play away the number 31 Parson Wife Mega Extreme Ball called. Pick two numbers 30 and 6 in that order. Mega Ball called. Pick four numbers 6, 1, 2, and 5 in that order. Cash pot numbers 20, 5, 14, 10, and 1 in any order. Multiplier 3.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Hola, my name is Elena. Well, it's actually not my real name. You don't really care, do you? All you care about is once you pay your money to my boss that I look pretty, smell nice, smile for you, and let you have good time. Enjoying yourself and doing to me whatever you want to do for the money you paid. What you don't see or know is that I don't get any part of the money you paid. My boss takes all of it. I am forced to work, taking as many clients as my boss tells me to. I am beaten, made to take drugs, and I cannot leave this kind of work on my own. I am a victim of human trafficking. Please, por favor, help me.
Go, Sona. I come in. And don't give me no attitude there.
You have shit on manners, boy. I wish I had your touch, boy.
You have to groom them. First, you have to target them. Scope them out. See if they have low self-esteem. Family problems, you know? Then you move in and gain the trust. After that, you feel a need. Some of them like nice things like fancy phones, hairdos, clothes, food. It have ones who only looking for somebody to care and listen to their problems. So you feel me? What's important though, you have to isolate them from the people. Let them believe it's all about you and them. Then you get through.
Nice, nice.
Look one right here. Try a thing now.
message from the counter-trafficking unit of the Ministry of National Security.
TDT News. Committed. Accurate. Relevant.
Give me my phone.
What you doing taking them kind of pictures? I'll tell mommy.
And I'll tell her you invaded my privacy.
Privacy? When you send those pics, you lose all privacy. It's like setting up a billboard with your naked pics for the world to see.
Those pictures are for my boyfriend's eyes only, and he'll never do that to me.
Yes, he can, or one of his friends or family. Or someone can steal his phone. Sending naked pics can open you up to embarrassment for you, your family, and friends. You can be harassed by bullies. Your pics can be uploaded to websites and seen by everybody, even the wrong people, sex offenders. It can also affect you getting a good job in the future. Once those pictures go out, you can never get them back.
Okay, I'll tell my boyfriend delete them, and I'll delete these. I'm glad I have a smart little sister.
I'm still telling mommy.
Ah, boy. Feel like going and buy myself a senorita tonight.
Nah. You know you might be promoting slavery.
Slavery? What you talking about?
Hey, modern day slavery or human trafficking is just what some of these people just do. You know some of these women were tricked to come here? Some are held against their will, abused, and even beaten. Most times the girls don't even see any of the money that is paid for them. And every night, they just have to come out looking nice and sexy for somebody like you. Human trafficking is a serious problem and a serious crime. Persons who solicit commercial sex services may be contributing to human trafficking. A message from the counter-trafficking unit of the Ministry of National Security.
Hola, my name is Elena. Well, it's actually not my real name. You don't really care, do you? All you care about is once you pay your money to my boss that I look pretty, smell nice, smile for you, and let you have good time. Enjoying yourself and doing to me whatever you want to do for the money you paid. What you don't see or know is that I don't get any part of the money you paid. My boss takes all of it. I am forced to work, taking as many clients as my boss tells me to. I am beaten, made to take drugs, and I cannot leave this kind of work on my own. I am a victim of human trafficking. Please, por favor,